Alright, hi everybody. Good morning. I don't know if you've ever heard this. Time is an illusion, or time is a mental construct. More importantly, yeah, maybe it's true, but more importantly, why do we care about that? What is practical about that question, or those questions? What do they mean? Is it just a way for people to try to sound smart? What does it mean? To me, it means yes, those things are true. Time is an illusion. Okay. What does that mean? That means that we just never really directly come into contact with it. We don't experience it as like a thing that is happening. It seems like it. You can think that that's happening. Like a few moments ago, I just did this, therefore time exists or whatever. Yeah, sure. But that happens up here. So that's also why it's a practical question. Like, time exists up here. You don't come into contact with time itself. There's also the paradox of time. It obviously exists, but you never hit it. It's really weird. It gets weird in up here because it's a concept that you can't ever touch. The only thing you can touch is always without time. It's right now. And that's always true. So definitely weird stuff going on if you start thinking about it, talking about it. That's why, time is a mental construct. Yeah, sure. It's up here. It's something that we have constructed to describe what seems to be going on. And it is a very, very useful construct. You can predict a bunch of stuff. It gives you a great way to talk about the past and the future, to conceptualize basically everything else. How long does it take for the Earth to go around the sun? We can talk about things in so many different ways. We can predict so much stuff, so it's extremely useful. So why say it's an illusion? Why say it's just something up in your head? Because ultimately, like in the end, it's not really real. It's weird to think about. The thing that it leads you to, like the question, is more important because it leads you to something that is actually practical, that you could actually kind of like live by, that you may never have thought about. If you're stuck completely in time and you don't realize that it's just up here, then you never realize also that right here is what's important, is what life is what is always there. You know what I mean? So either you're stuck in time and you've never had this little crack where you're like, wait a minute, the future doesn't actually like exist anywhere but up here, and the past doesn't really exist anywhere but up here either. So what the hell does exist? It's like it leads you to the most basic thing that we constantly hear in, wisdom teachings, spirituality of all kinds, forever, is like now. That's what there is. Now. And how much can you actually live that truth, if you want to call it that? How much can you be here? How much, it comes back to it. Always. It's the same friggin' thing over and over. You listen to like some spiritual stuff. Why do they say the same thing over and over and over and over? It's the same freaking thing. Like, that's just a fact. It's like the same thing. It might be dressed up in various things, or maybe not. Maybe they get to it and they say, in one way or another, time is the enemy. The present is all there is. Be in the present and you're fine. All you have to do is be here. Pay attention to this. Get out of your mind. It's the same thing over and over. And, you can think about it in a million different ways if you want to, or you can come to it from a million different angles, but it's the same. You end up in the same place. I think I was just saying yesterday, lo and behold, you're always here. Lo and behold, the action is always right here, right now. That's it. There is no other action. You could think about these questions about time and just think about them and just get totally lost up here, whether there is time or not and what that means. And is it a mental construct or not? Is it an illusion or not? And go in circles forever. But if you really let the question if you just feel the freaking question, let yourself come up with the easy answer, then it brings you here. Have you ever actually been in the freaking future? No. Have you ever been to the past? That one's a little more hairy because you might say yeah, of course I was in the past. But you can't touch it. You can't experience it because it's not here. The only thing you have is some pictures of it, memories. Very easy to get sucked there. But is there any reality to it? No. There's just a constant weird trace of it. It's written in the present. It's there. Here. The past is this right here is an expression of all the past that has happened. And the future will be more of that. Funny questions. Funny things to think about. Hopefully to lead us to something that is more true than our obsession with time and getting somewhere else and having been somewhere else. As always, it's this versus this. Where would you rather be? In here? The never-ending, confusing, complex fantasy, memory, or the reality here. I think that's enough. Thank you.